And welcome. Today, we're going to jump right into one of the most fundamental and, let's be honest, sometimes confusing concepts in SAP's Extended Warehouse Management product master data. We're actually going to follow a product's journey to see how its digital identity gets built, how it's managed, and why it is the absolute secret to running a truly intelligent warehouse.
All right, so let's kick things off with the one big question that trips up pretty much everyone when they first get into EWM. You've got this physical item sitting in your warehouse, right? Well, in your main SAP system, it's called one thing, but over in your warehouse system, it's called something else entirely. So, which is it? Is it a material or is it a product? Let's solve this little identity crisis.
And here it is, laid out plain and simple. It really is a tale of two systems. Your standard SAP ERP system, the big central brain, it thinks in terms of a material. But the second that item's data crosses over into the specialized world of Extended Warehouse Management, EWM, it has to be called a product. It's the exact same item, just with different names for different jobs.
So, how exactly does our material get its new product identity? Well, this whole journey picks off when its data gets transferred from the main ERP system into EWM. And believe me, how this happens really matters depending on your system's architecture.
You've basically got two main paths this can take. Now, if you're running an embedded EWM system, life is pretty simple. It's totally automatic. The moment you create a material in your central system, poof, the product is just born in the background. But if you're on a decentralized EWM, it's a manual copy. You have to physically push that material data over using an interface to create the product. So two different setups and two very different first steps on this journey. Okay, so once our product actually exists in EWM, its identity is built in two really critical layers. I want you to think of this first layer as its universal passport. It's the information that defines it no matter where in the world it goes. And that's exactly what this is called, global data. And just like your passport, it contains the fundamental truths about you, your name, your height, your date of birth. For a product, this global data is the absolute truth, whether that product is sitting in a warehouse in Texas or one in Tokyo.
So what's actually stamped inside this passport? Well, you can see we're talking about the universal facts of the product. Things like its description, its weight, its volume, they're all in here. And what's super important is that it also includes all the different ways it can be measured, as an each, a case, or a full pallet. This foundational data, along with its packaging info and some general storage rules, really forms the bedrock of its identity across your entire company.
But a passport alone doesn't let you work in a foreign country, does it?
Nope. For that, you're going to need a work visa. And in the world of EWM, every single warehouse is like a different country with its own set of unique rules. So this visa is what gives our product its local identity.
This second layer is the warehouse product data, and the work visa analogy is just perfect for it. It's what grants the product permission to be handled within one, and this is key, specific warehouse. It lays out all the local rules, how it gets put away, where it should be stored, how it gets picked. It's not universal at all, it's totally hyper-local.
Now here's a super important point. Unlike a real visa, this warehouse-specific data isn't technically mandatory just to store the product. But, and trust me, this is a very big but, without it, you're basically flying blind. You miss out on almost all of the powerful, intelligent processes that make EWM so valuable in the first place. We're talking about key functions like automated replenishment and all those cool product-specific handling strategies. They're all unlocked by this visa.
So how do you get this all-important visa? Well, you've got options. You can create it manually for one product at a time, or you can do a mass creation for tons of products at once using the Warehouse Management Monitor. For anyone on a more modern system, the Manage Product Master Fiori app gives you a really slick, integrated way to do it. And what's maybe the most powerful way is that it can be created automatically through slotting, which uses logic to figure out the best home for a product.
Okay, so nothing in the tech world stays the same for long, right? And SAP is definitely no exception. Let's take a look at a really recent and important change that has shifted where certain bits of data now live, specifically with the move to the newer versions of S4HANA.
This timeline really nails the shift. Before the S4HANA 2023 release, fields like Product Group were managed right inside the EWM Product Master that was part of the local visa.
But from 2023 on, SAP moved them. These fields now live in the central material master. They've literally been written into the passport. And the big win here is data consistency. This crucial info is now managed in one central place, making sure every warehouse is playing by the same rules.
So, what does this actually mean for you if you're on a decentralized system? Well, you've got a choice to make. You can either embrace the new way and maintain this data in your central ERP, but you'll have to be really careful to keep the definitions in sync between both systems. Or you can decide to just keep doing it directly in EWM, but you'll have to use some technical tricks to lock things down and prevent any mix-ups. It's a strategic call, and it's really a trade-off between central control and local flexibility.
All right, so we've talked about materials, products, passports, and visas. But why does any of this meticulous data stuff actually matter? Let's bring it all back to the real world, to the physical warehouse floor. Because this is the payoff. So here it is, the whole point. This master data is not just some passive information sitting around in a database. It's the brain of your entire warehouse operation. Every single field, from the weight in the global data to the put-away rule in the warehouse data, is a command. It tells the system exactly how to move, store, and manage that product, which is what enables all the automation and efficiency modern logistics demands. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. I want you to take a hard look at your own systems. Is your product master data just a bunch of fields you had to fill out one time? Or is it a living, breathing set of instructions, the active intelligence that is powering every single move in your warehouse?
Welcome back.